Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Gamestack Podcast. We're a year old, guys.
Wow.
Happy
It's our
anniversary.
bicentennial.
Our bicentennial? No.
Well, 25 technically is the silver year.
Yes, this is
So.
the paper anniversary of,
Yeah.
Also,
of Gamestack.
bicentennial, right?
Bicentennial is 200 years.
Yeah.
Dang.
We're not that old, kid.
I mean, it feels like 200 years sometimes, but
Yeah, with you crazies.
I'm Shalene, and these guys are Rick and Vendertron. Vendertron, why don't you say hello to the people?
Welcome, sir or madam.
And Rick?
Hi, everybody. Ooh, hi, everyone.
I've missed you guys. I always miss you during the week. So, guys, if you're joining us live on Twitch, go ahead, give us a host. If you're not watching on Twitch, tell your friends about the podcast, share the show, post us on your social media. Helps the show grow. We always appreciate adding new members to our lovely community.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get rolling into the show, do we have anything to mention, you guys? Anything you want to say?
Do we?
I think we do. We are mailing out our rewards from the Carries Fund live stream tomorrow. We took our time with that because we were waiting for some of the people to respond to our email.
Yep.
So if you qualified for a reward and did not respond to your email, please do so. We'd like to deliver all of those rewards. But if you did respond, I will be carrying your package to the post office tomorrow and putting it in the mail. So you can expect those soon.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, we mentioned, did you guys have anything else to say about Carrie's Fund?
No, except her recovery looks like it's going very well.
Yes, I saw a post yesterday on Facebook. They were in the Picasso Museum.
Oh, were
Oh,
they?
wow.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
dang.
That was great. So
That sounds like a great place to recover.
yeah, I
Uh-huh.
was so happy for her. Yeah,
That's very cool.
really, really glad. So the second thing to mention is, hey, it's our anniversary. We already mentioned that a little bit. Just
Yeah.
gonna turn on the confetti here. Isn't that great? We needed a party horn sound effect. We should
Yeah,
have that queued
I need a
up.
kazoo.
Would have been so great. For our audio
Aw.
folks, we have confetti just gently sprinkling down over the podcast. I think I'm going to leave it on for the whole show.
I love it. It's so good. And that would
don't-
be my work phone going off.
It's really
don't
It's
know.
beautiful.
already a trash fire.
I don't have a kazoo.
So today on the podcast, we are going to talk about the latest gaming news. When I say the latest gaming news, I mean it could be 2 weeks old because that's how often we do the show. Gameplay stories from our 2 weeks of video games. We're going to talk about some of the experience we've had over a year of Gamestack, sort of reminisce about this show for our anniversary. And we are going to read some lovely emails. But before we do that, we would like to give some shout outs to people who have left us 5-star reviews on iTunes. And Vendertron, you usually take these. Do you want to take the 5-star review shout outs?
Absolutely. So, before we get into the 5-star review shoutouts, you can send us a 5-star review by going to iTunes and clicking 5 stars. If you click 4, Shalene gets mad, so please make sure that you click 5. And don't forget to leave us a nice message and let us know where exactly you're from. So This week, we've got Asher Dusk, who says, the hosts are great. They talk about everything and anything gaming. If you want to hear about the gaming world and don't mind going off the rails, then this is the podcast for you. So thank you, Asher Dusk, for the 5-star review shout out. And we also have one from Tyrannosaurus Rectum, who says, love these guys, Rick McVick, Shalinell, and now Vandertron. Been following them since Fallout OTR. Great news. If you love news, you're going to love that next segment. And game chat as well as game talk. Happy to finally find a station on my Pip-Boy that isn't President Eden. So thank you for that 5-star review shout out. Very cleverly written.
Yes.
And we have a shout out of our own. Each fortnight on Gamestack podcast, we like to recommend a Twitch streamer for our viewers and our listeners to go and check out when you are not listening to Gamestack podcast or that Fallout show. And this show, we want to recommend Sips, who is pretty popular streamer here on Twitch. Shalene, did you want to comment?
Yes.
Your recommendation?
So this time, Vendertron was like, Shalene, you never contribute to this show. You need to recommend the streamer for this week. You know, you're just you need get it together, recommend a streamer. So there's really only one that I watch, and it's Sips. So I think he's funny. He plays a lot of building games. Now and again, he'll do something like Fallout or Skyrim.
And how do you spell the username?
SIPS.
Okay.
Oh,
So.
like
Yes. Oh, I knew you were gonna do that. Oh.
Oh, Rick
Ugh.
with the sound. Ugh.
Ugh.
you guys.
Guess I better uncheck that ASMR tag we had.
Yeah, and the mute button.
Guys, guess what?
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 It's our birthday.
You're such a boob.
I'm running on 18 hours awake.
Cue the flames.
I'm tired.
Oh my gosh. The show is on fire, you guys.
For our audio folks, we have a flames gif now that we are using whenever the show is on
All the
fire.
face palms in
So,
chat. All the face palms.
You can blame it on Captain Bones because he went
Indeed.
mer, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
You guys are so silly.
So that is our 5-star review shoutouts. Don't forget, in the next episode of Gamestack Podcast, you can expect another recommended streamer, and hopefully we have some awesome messages like what you heard
Yes.
this evening.
Argent says, looking out for the little guy, huh, Shalene? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's literally the only streamer I watch besides Vendertron. I watch the vendor streams when he does a stream, but
I love vendor streams.
yeah, me too.
Thanks, guys.
So
That means a lot.
You do great streams. You really do. You really do. So, do you want to talk about some news?
Let's talk about some news.
How long is this?
Too
It's
long.
so long.
Too long. I should have edited it. I'm
We're gonna have
sorry.
to cut that down a bit.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were gonna like start talking. It's just like,
But it's too
It's
loud
like
to really
fade
talk
it
over.
out,
I should
start
have
talking.
I should have edited that, but I literally set that up 5 minutes before the podcast went live. Who wants to talk about new game releases in October?
I do.
Rick, why don't you tell us about the games coming out this month?
Well, you can expect some of the following games. I'm sure we didn't catch all of them in October, but here's the list that we compiled, or at least maybe Joseph Tao did. I don't know. Anyway, Forza 4, October 2nd. It's already out. You can get that on Xbox One and PC. Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. PlayStation 4 on October the 2nd. The following also released on October the 2nd. Mega Man 11, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And then available today, how did you play this early, Shalene? Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
It came with, as we reported last fortnight on Gamestack, it came with early access came with 3 of the 7 available versions.
Okay.
And I had the fancy Steelbook edition because I am a sucker for a good Steelbook. So
You
So
didn't
if you
have
see-
the edition?
I did not. I had the steelbook edition.
For
Not
those
the
of you who are
edition.
not crazy enough to buy a steelbook, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is out today on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It's weird. It's a Friday release.
That's a big one.
Mhm.
Also today on the Switch, Super Mario Party. 30, Super Mario Party 25. I don't know, one of them.
Yeah, right?
I can't pronounce this one. Disgaea.
Gaia, I think.
Gaia. Disgaea 1 complete.
This
PlayStation 4
guy,
and
I
Switch
tell ya.
on October 9th. Also on October 9th, WWE 2K19 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and The Occupation on PlayStation 4, Xbox
That
One,
one looks
or PC.
really cool. Have you guys heard of that?
It's either you're
No.
in a factory working all day, or it's about the like Nazis taking over.
Yes, the second one, and you play as like a journalist, and you have to get to the bottom of it. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
gonna stop. It
man.
looks cool.
On October 11th, you can expect Child of Light on the Switch, and also in the Nintendo world, 3DS, Luigi's Mansion on October 12th. The World Ends With You, final remix, which
That's actually a pretty
God.
stupendous game. It's like a remake of a pretty stupendous game. So.
I just love the fact that like this is the final remix. We're never gonna remix this again. This purports that it's been remixed before, but this is the final one. That comes out on October 12th on the Switch. Call of Duty 4, or Call of Duty Blops 4, rather, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on October 12th. You guys can just skip that one. Lego DC Super Villains, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on October 16th. And the following games are also coming out on October 16th, busy day. Starlink, Battle for Atlas on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. Do you guys know that one? I don't know that
It's
one.
a Toys to Life game, I believe. You have toy boats. I think toy space
Huh.
boats. Space.
I was gonna say Starlink, Battle for Atlas doesn't sound like toy boats, but
Ships.
hey,
Spaceships.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. That was really bad. Let me just...
Warriors, Orochi 4, what have you, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, and For Honor, Marching Fire,
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't fast enough.
Marching Fire on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, also on October 16th. Soul Calibur 6 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on October 19th, as well as Dark Souls Remastered. I remember playing, it wasn't Soul Calibur before. What was it before? Oh, I can't remember. I played like the very first one with Yoshimitsu.
Oh, was it Soul Crushing Debt? No, that's not it.
No. It was, I can't remember what it was. That's going to kill me now, but it wasn't Soul
Yeah.
Calibur. It was something
Kind of hot down here.
Yeah. Careful,
Sorry.
chap. She's licking fire. Just Dance 2019 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, Wii 360, and Wii U. That's on October. Oh, not yeah. That's on October 23rd. I said the wrong thing. My Heroes 1 Justice, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch PC on October 26th, and also October 26th. More importantly, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yay!
Woo! I'm excited. Shalene, you're super quiet.
I'm sorry.
And then also October 30th, Call of Cthulhu, the official game on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Cthulhu?
That's a
Cthulhu.
tongue twister.
Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
That sounds like
Whatever.
some sort of like Spanish dish. Hey, you guys want to go get some Cthulhu? I love Cthulhu.
Whatever.
I put it on my
The
toast.
elder gods are coming for you, like as we
Whatever.
speak.
They're always coming for me.
Oh
I'm trying to
man.
remember what the name of that game
Oh,
for Soul Calibur. What was it?
Well, Vendortron's just left the podcast altogether, and while Rick
Cthulhu.
is thinking about that game, I guess we should move on to the October free games for the month.
Let's do it.
Free
I gotta
games
figure out what this
service.
stupid game.
Vendor, do you want to roll through these, or do you want me to? take them?
absolutely. So October is a month of paid games, but there's also lots of free stuff that you guys can benefit from. On the PS Plus store, we've got Friday the 13th, the game, starring Jamie Lee Curtis And we also have Laser League, Master Reboot on PS3, as well as The Bridge. And that could be cross-buy with PS4 and Vita as well. We also have Rocket Birds 2 Evolution for Vita with crossplay for PS4. And 2064 Read-Only Memories coming out on PS Vita with crossplay also for PS4. And Here They Lie for PlayStation VR. Coming out on Xbox games with golds, we've got Overcooked October 1st to 31st, Victor Vran October 16th to November 15th, and then backwards compatibility for Stuntman Ignition October 1st to 15th, and Hitman Blood Money from the 16th to the 31st. If you have Twitch Prime, you can benefit from Darksiders War Mastered Edition, Sanitarium, Soma, which I watched somebody playing that today, and that game is beautiful. Beautiful. There's a
looks
little
pretty
ARC
spooky.
Easter egg at the end of it. It's pretty good. System Shock Enhanced Edition, also with your Twitch Prime membership. And that's it for free games.
Sweet.
And I figured out the game that I couldn't think of.
What was
Now,
it?
who all has played Soul Edge or Soul Blade if you were in the US? That was the game I was thinking of where I first saw Yoshimitsu and Voldo. And yes, Yoshimitsu was from Tekken, which came out 2 years before Soul Edge, but Soul Edge was my jam.
Mm.
And then it turned into Soul Calibur, and things got really strange.
Okay, so it was like the precursor to Soul Calibur?
Yeah, it was. That universe expanded, like Tekken and Soul Calibur had babies, and it got weird. But yeah, I remember playing like Voldo and those characters and stuff like that in Soul Edge for the PlayStation 1.
Neat.
1996. It was very fun.
I'm glad you remembered it.
Yeah, Google remembered.
Google's good at that.
Pepperidge
So,
Farm remembers.
if you enter into Google, what is the fastest selling PlayStation game?
You enter into Google. So I went down to Google.
I yelled out, "What is the fastest?" Nobody could
And
answer
what
it.
Google told me was that Spider-Man is the fastest selling PlayStation game, with 3.3 million sold in its first 3 days,
Wow.
compared to 3.1 million that God of War did. So,
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I'm not surprised by that. I'm
Some
not
pretty
surprised.
tremendous
Marvel,
numbers.
guys. Big thing.
people like Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man is one of the more popular superheroes out there. But
Mhm.
That is a marvelous statistic. I mean, I just marvel at how monumental that is.
200,000 more games than
You-
God of War.
you marvel at it, huh?
I mean, they just capture everyone in their web of fandom. It's awesome.
Wow. That's wow. So, I think we should move on now. And speaking of now, PlayStation Now
Screeching
lets
halt.
you download games. So PlayStation Now is a service that PlayStation offers where you can play, games, but you had to stream the games, which was really limiting for people, because not
Mhm.
everybody has the kind of bandwidth that's required to stream a video game.
Why, yes.
So they've now allowed you to download most of the PS4 games available, as well as the PS2 classic games that have been remastered for PS4.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, that's going to be a really good thing. It'll offer some more parity with Xbox Game Pass service. So that's really, frankly, that's how it should have been from the beginning, in my opinion.
Parody?
Parity, equality, like putting them on the same footing.
Parody's
Equi-
not the right word.
Equity?
Yes, parity, Parity. You're thinking
Oh.
of parody, Parody. Yeah,
Parody.
yeah. Potato. it's all. Let's
No.
call the whole thing off.
Potato.
So, download
Oh
some
my
games
gosh.
if you're a PlayStation Now subscriber. Let's switch things up a bit.
You can't just blame them all on me now.
Nintendo plans a new version of the Switch next year.
Already?
Reports the Wall Street Journal. This is not too unusual, and the article that I linked won't let me read it without a subscription. Super.
Ugh.
Man, they're gonna switch it up.
Good job, Wall Street Journal.
Super. Thanks, Wall Street Journal. Appreciate that. So I'm just, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, they're
Darn.
planning a new version of the Switch. They didn't really have any details. Didn't really have any details.
That Dr. TFA. Let me
Oh,
guess, it's
man,
gonna be made
that's
of
so good.
cardboard.
That is
Yeah,
so good.
and it will cost $200.
But yeah, it's
Made out
just-
of cardboard.
it's pretty typical for Nintendo to do a new version of a console, especially handhelds. They've iterated on the DS like every 2 years for the last 800 years. So
That's- yeah, I mean, they're remixing games. They're remaking consoles.
Joseph says, yeah, that's why I never give you Wall Street Journal links. I'm sorry. I went outside of the news drop email, and this is what happens. This is what happens
when you stray from the path, Shalene.
Yes. Next time I will stick with the curated articles that Joseph has linked for us.
Vetted for yours truly.
Indeed. But anyways, I wonder what they're going to change. Like, do you think they're going to make it a more powerful console?
No,
What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know.
Maybe
They're
they'll make it.
probably might.
Maybe they'll make it VR ready.
Yeah?
Ooh, maybe.
I
With
think
the-
you're
with the
crazy.
paddles?
I think you're crazy.
I think you're crazy.
I think
I
this
don't know.
I think this next news article is crazy.
It is crazy. Telltale is looking for someone to finish The Walking Dead. So we reported previously on the last episode of Gamestack that Telltale had laid off most of its staff, keeping on a skeleton crew. And since that time, they have laid off the remaining staff members. So there's no one left. And they are looking for partners to finish episodes 3 and 4. And they've said that they are hoping to hire the staff that had been laid off to do this work.
What the
Wow.
What? That makes
After burning those
no
bridges,
sense.
they're just gonna let those people.
Right?
I mean,
It's-
some of them will be desperate enough.
yeah,
Some of them
I
will
mean,
be desperate enough to do it, but
It's just awful.
Like the whole point is they went out of business because they didn't have money. So now they're going to pay people money to finish the game.
But
That
the
their
idea
company,
is they want someone else to pay their people money,
oh,
i.e.,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Microsoft, EA, somebody with deep pockets. They want to pay their staff to.
I wonder
finish
if
these
Telltale
games.
started with the hopes of getting bought out by a larger company and it never happened.
Maybe. I don't know.
And now they're like, just like, will somebody please buy us?
I cannot
Please.
wait for someday for the full story behind this to come out, because somebody knew there was no money. Somebody in the business office knew this, and how did it get so far with so many people being left in the dark? It's just it's such a sad story. It really is. Tasmani in the chat mentions what of the class action suit by an employee. That's another wrinkle. There was a class action suit filed against Telltale because California has a law that requires notice or severance. So we'll see. We'll report on that if anything comes of it, for sure.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Blueberry Ball says THQ to the rescue. That would be great, man. THQ has been buying up so many properties and things. It's really interesting. Really interesting.
I didn't even think about THQ being around still.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. THQ, man. A couple weeks ago, we reported on THQ purchasing the Kingdoms of Amalur license. So they're buying up some unexpected things.
Interesting.
Speaking of unexpected things, the author of the Witcher novels, Andrzej Sapkowski, it's Polish. I don't know how to pronounce words that are Polish. He did not expect the Witcher video games to do well. And for that reason, he asked for a lump sum payment when he sold the license to video
Did you read
games.
how much he asked for?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes. Tell us how much it was, Rick. Tell us how much it was.
$9,500.
Oh, no.
Or was it
Yes.
9,006? It was something like that.
Oh, he's kicking himself.
He
Oh.
is. He is.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
has called on CD Projekt Red to pay him $16 million in royalties.
But he signed a release, did he not?
Did. And
No.
when they made this deal, they offered him a percentage. And he asked instead for a lump sum payment because
Well, that's what you get. That's what you get. You're just stupid.
he thought
a-
video games were stupid and it was not going to succeed.
Now, I agree. He screwed the pooch royally on that one. He missed the boat. He screwed up.
Mhm.
However, I would have, if I were in his shoes, I would definitely go back to CD Projekt Red and go, hey guys, maybe a little bit more, because
yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
fair.
Like, come on, you got to work with me here.
Like renegotiate the deal or something like that, because at this point it is fair enough to assume that maybe he should get some more money for this. Now the way he's going about it, completely wrong, and I've read up a little bit on this guy and he seems like he's kind of a jerk.
Well,
Yeah.
he's never going to get that money.
I don't know, his I don't, well,
If he signed any legal binding contract that said, you know, the $9,600 that you paid me is good, then he's screwed. He's shit out of luck. Exactly, Josh
he
and
just
Neurotic
should have
in the chat.
asked, because they might have been nice, but now he's just going at him with a lawsuit right out of the gate, I guess.
Yeah, that's just bad, you know?
I think he has no legal grounds, but I think it would be a good PR move for CD Projekt Red to give him some additional compensation.
Yeah. Honestly, it really would.
He really did. You know, he created the characters, he created the world, he created the fiction. You know, none of that would exist without him.
Dad Doctor says, good luck getting a lawyer good enough with just $9,000.
Apparently, he sold off the rights to non-book media years ago.
Yeah.
Like, sold off all the rights to that, which...
Really? So, like, even the
Uh,
Netflix series and stuff?
I don't know. This is according to a comment by Lolzel on Kotaku's website.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Well, I would like to see CD Projekt Red
This is gonna be
offer him
interesting.
some more of the proceeds of the Witcher series games. But, you know, I really feel like they don't have to. They don't have to. If they do,
At the end of the day,
Not by
that's
legal
capitalism, man.
I think it's just I think
They have
He made
no
a bad
obligation to
choice.
fulfill that whatsoever. Yeah.
who
Well,
was
did
it
you-
in
did
chat
you
that
mention?
stated this? Archin. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rick. What were you going to
Did
say?
you mention the article 44 in the middle of the?
I did not. No. Go ahead.
Apparently, Poland has as of 1994, they have an article that says a copyright law may be invoked when the copyright law they write may be invoked when the compensation remitted to the author is too low given the benefits obtained in association with the use of that author's work. So it looks like there is
Ooh.
they can kind of go back and say, yeah, this realistically isn't as much as you should have gotten. Here's the remainder.
See,
So we'll
I feel like in America that would never fly.
No, there's things to protect. I mean, well, that's true. I've heard of horror stories where someone sells off the rights to something and it explodes and.
So I take it back. That is some legal grounds then for him to potentially
does.
claim.
So
Yeah. I think he's deserving of it, but at the same time, I would understand like wanting to fight that because he had, you know, so much doubt. Like it feels contemptuous that he was like, oh, just $9,000. This isn't gonna do anything, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
actually, if you want a good lesson on copyright law, what was, just look up Creedence Clearwater Revival and what they did to the lead singer.
Right, that was pretty bonkers.
Yeah, it was.
Hey.
John Fogerty.
You sound like you.
John Fogerty got screwed,
Mhm.
and he wrote almost everything.
Yeah, that was a bad situation.
So, yeah.
So,
Well, hopefully it all works out for everyone's benefit.
hopefully so. I don't have a segue, but a leaked video seems to show an open world Harry Potter game. This is sourced from Kotaku, where they posted a Reddit video that seemed to show a Harry Potter game, like a big Harry Potter RPG. It shows wizards in Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, and it looks like a third-person open-world action game where you can build your own wizard, which sounds pretty rad. It was footage that was captured during a focus group, apparently, and this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. I hope it happens. And they kind of confirmed the existence of this by filing a trademark, I believe. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
Interesting.
confirmation that something is brewing. I'm excited. I love Harry Potter. I
I was
love.
going to ask,
Yeah?
is this something anyone's excited for?
Oh,
I'm
yes!
totally excited. We know you're not excited, Rick.
Well,
On to the next thing.
No, I genuinely was just curious because Harry Potter hasn't had a movie out in a long time, except for what was the Demons movie? Or
Oh, like the after
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care about the movies, like, even at all. Like, not
These-
even. I haven't seen them all. I don't care about them at all.
Really? I'm gonna send
No.
you a box set.
but there isn't
But-
even hasn't
You
been a
see,
book out
there's
for a
this
while.
thing called books, and there were a bunch of those, and they were
Yeah.
a big part of my childhood.
Oh, there we go.
And I would like to build my own wizard and go to Hogwarts and
I guess
and
I mean, it
escape
make-
from my miserable life for a few hours every evening. That's what I would like.
I just meant that the last book was written in 2007, which was over 10 years ago. I was just surprised that now they were going to create an RPG on this world when like nothing has really been out in it in the last couple of years, because typically games and stuff like that follow some sort of like non-game IP tend to follow in suit with something that's coming out around it, like a movie or
Well, there
Something
is one of the movies coming out pretty soon. A lot of people are pretty mad at J.K. Rowling because she's kind of retconning a lot of the lore of Harry Potter.
Well, that's
No.
not surprising.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is coming out because the last game that they made was just so bad. It was so bad.
I don't
And they're
think I've
like,
ever played a
okay,
Harry Potter
there was
game.
never a good game made for this. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's make it happen. Do it. Just do it.
People who love Harry Potter, like, really love Harry Potter.
I mean,
Oh.
like, I'm not obsessed, but I do like falling asleep to the first movie. What? No.
wow. I didn't think that was a movie to fall asleep to.
Of
Yeah.
course, when they go to Diagon Alley, it's like the best.
I saw that one and I thought it was terrible.
Well, it was terrible. That's what makes it so good.
It was really disappointing for me. Like, I just was not interested. So guys, Harry Potter has just, it's made so much money. It's made
Yeah.
so much money as a franchise, and that's what these people making this game are after is money. And you know what else has made a lot of money? Some video games during the month of August.
Oh.
We have
August.
the top grossing titles for the month of August 2018.
This is a crazy list.
It is for PC. Do you want to read the list? Do you want to read the list?
Me?
Yeah.
For PC, sure. Number one. This is from. No, I'll go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
So at 10, rank 10, for the month of August 2018, World of Tanks, which I always thought was free to play. Number 9, we
Top
have Hearthstone.
grossing though, like the free to play,
Oh,
like you
grossing.
can buy stuff.
World of Tanks 10. Number 9, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft, which I think you played a little bit of. Shalene?
I have played some Hearthstone. I haven't played it in quite a while. It's also free to play.
Then number 8, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which we've had some run-ins with at one point.
They're still making money, hey?
Game of the year, 2017 Gamestack Game of the Year.
And number 7, Fortnite Battle Royale. Number 6, a game I've never heard of, Fantasy Westward Journey Online 2. Blech, mouthful. At number 5, we've got Crossfire, which I doubt is the 90s game that I know and love.
Mm.
Number 4, we've got Monster Hunter World. Which, why did they have to put the colon? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World, not like
That's
Monster
weird.
Hunter World, just Monster Hunter
Monster Hunter Continent.
Not continent, not state, not province. Anyway, at number 3, we've got League of Legends. Number 2, World of Warcraft, and only to be outdone by the number 1 grossing PC game of August 2018, Dungeon Fighter Online.
And these are worldwide stats, by the way.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Not what I would have expected. So
Me either.
Oh my god, I can't believe Pokemon Go's on the list for mobile.
Okay. Spoilers. Spoilers.
Well, I thought we were skipping over that.
I'm
'cause
gonna
there's
do the
so much to
console
do.
list, and you do the mobile list. Okay. On console, number 10 was NBA 2K18. 9 was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. 8 was Overwatch.
surprised it's that low, honestly.
Me too. A lot of people love Overwatch. 7, Divinity Original Sin 2. Surprised that one's doing so well. It feels like a more niche experience.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
That's surprising that it's that far up on the list.
I agree. Call of Duty World War II. Number
Makes sense.
4 is Madden NFL 19. Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's still going strong.
And here's something,
Wow.
just to interrupt the list reading. It surprises me considering how well GTA 5 is still doing. Why are we not seeing Grand Theft Auto style games? You know what I mean? Nobody else is making... There's a market for this.
What are you talking about?
There's no modern open world games that are coming out. Am I
Every
crazy?
game's an open world. Every
Yeah, but
game is an
no modern open
Not
world.
set like in a modern...
Like where you
don't
drive
have
a Porsche.
superpowers, where you just
Yeah.
like punch people and steal their car and...
Okay, that's true, but that's pretty much Grand Theft Auto. Like, the second someone makes a game that's modern where you can steal cars and stuff, they're going to be like, oh, well, you're just ripping off Grand Theft
Yes,
Auto.
exactly. GTA clones. I played a whole bunch of GTA clones a few years ago, and like
Did you play
there's
the
none anymore.
What was the one the Asian one?
It was good.
I know
That was
it
an
What was it
that was an
called?
open world.
It was
though.
really, it was an open world, yeah.
I thought it was.
It was called, what was it called? Somebody tell me what this game was called.
Chat room to the rescue. I think what it was, but yeah, you
You
were
played
part
as
of,
an
like-
undercover cop.
In the
Sleeping
Yakuza?
Dogs. Thank you, Joseph.
Yes,
Sleeping Dogs.
yeah.
That one was fun. It had like the combat from Batman Arkham City. It was so good.
Yeah, that's the one I was
Okay.
thinking of.
Number 2, FIFA 18, and number 1, Fortnite Battle Royale.
Wow.
And by the way, Watch Dogs 2. There's your modern Grand Theft Auto.
Watch
steal cars.
Dogs. Yeah, that could
Bam.
kind of fill the
You
niche.
saw how
Yeah,
well that did.
indeed. So, mobile, Vendertron, you want to take them?
Leave me with the crap end of the stick. Okay. Number
you
10.
defended a few people in the basement of
Number 10, we've got Candy Crush Saga.
which is
Why is that still a thing?
Oh my gosh, because there's a lot of desperate housewives out there. Number 9, we've got Clash of Clans.
Guys, my mom started playing Clash of Clans.
I love
Yeah, but your mom's cool,
It is
so
the
she's
craziest
like,
thing. Like, this game is so complex. She's like, hey, can you help me figure this out? I'm like, no, I don't understand.
mobile list, yawn, Captain Bones said, right?
What? There's a lot of people at Video Game High School that are going to be upset that you're making.
Number 8, Monster Strike. I don't know if that's similar to Monster Hunter, but might deserve a look. Number 7, Fate/Grand Order. Don't know what that is. Don't really care. Number 6, Clash Royale.
Your disdain for mobile gaming, I can taste it all.
Number 5, Fantasy Westward Journey. Not online part 2, just Fantasy Westward Journey. Which is easier to say, so, that's a positive. Number 4, Knives Out. Ooh, that sounds fun.
My nephew plays that. It's like a PUBG clone.
Number 3, we're just going to skip over that one because it's not important. Number 2.
It's already spoiled. Pokemon Go. And I still play Pokemon Go.
Number 2, QQ Speed.
What?
I don't. Q.
No,
I don't know.
QQing is like quit. You suck. Go cry somewhere else, kind of thing. Like QQ was like I think it was a World of Warcraft shortcut. Like if someone was like doing bad and they asked for help, they'd say QQ and or Alt QQ, and it would shut your game down. Something like that. So QQing.
Which brings us to number 1, Honor of Kings.
Wow, that was like pulling teeth for you, wasn't it, Vendor?
Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel about mobile gaming.
I'm good. Actually, there are some good mobile games. They're just not on that list. So.
What are they?
Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So good. So sad that won't be continuing.
So tell me about this next item on the list. We're done with most of the news. What is this?
So, as you guys know, I love my coffee. This is no way a
Hashtag not sponsored.
This is not a sponsorship. This is not like an endorsement of any sort.
Not yet.
So Oak and Crow, I've talked about them before. They make really good coffee. One of the guys is an avid listener of that Fallout show, and I believe of Gamestack as well. If not, get on it, mate. And so I love their coffee. I buy a lot of the Road Crew blend. But he's been toying with, and he also supplied the coffee for the gift baskets for Carrie's funds.
Yes, they smelled delicious. I packed them into priority bags, and they smelled really good.
So he was talking with me. He's like, I've been thinking about doing a Fallout-inspired blend, like a Fallout-themed blend, but I don't have enough dead rats. No, I'm kidding. So.
Oh man, what goes on down there in Pennsylvania?
No, he's in New York.
Not
New York City, or else he'd had plenty of rats. But no, he's outside of New York City. And the other day he posted a picture of this particular gem. For those of you audio listeners, it's a bag that is of coffee, and all it says on it is Stim Pack. And this is the. I'm pretty sure this is the first bag sent out of the new Stim Pack blend.
Nice.
It's just handwritten on the label. Whole bean. And I've been drinking the coffee all night, and
I want some coffee.
it's very light. I thought it was going to be darker, like more of an apocalyptic type roast, but it's definitely more of a light roast.
Has it increased your radiation level?
You bet. It's made me really thirsty. Survival joke there. It's kind of fruity. It's pretty good, man. They don't fail it up there. It's definitely, to me, it's lighter than the Road Crew blend. It's so good. So we'll see if that turns into an actual thing. I'm gonna give them some notes on it. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Oak and Crow, check them out. They make really good coffee, punk-inspired titles. Yeah, so
Totally punk inspired.
they do the Road Crew blend, and they have punk lyrics on their stuff. Except for this one, he's a Fallout fan, so he wanted to make a Fallout blend.
$16 for 12 ounces.
Yeah.
Add to cart.
Anyway, I just wanted to shout him out because he's been awesome to our show, giving people coffee and stuff like that, and sending coffee our way for us to talk about. And I felt it only right to talk about it since it was related to games.
Oak and Crow. coffee, music, bikes.
Well, you know what I like to do in the morning when I sit down to my delicious cup of coffee, is look at the stocks in the paper. I just like to spread out my newspaper, sit there in the morning with my cup of coffee, and read about stocks.
Okay.
It's time for Gamestock, you guys. Gamestock, one of the most popular segments of the show. So
It's
here,
surprising on how popular it is.
right?
It's quite popular.
Blew me away. I think we've had more positive feedback about Gamestock than any other podcast thing we've done over the last 3 years.
Maybe
And,
we should just go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say shout out to, I think, Captain Bones, who gave us the idea for the segment name.
It was so
I was
good.
going to say maybe we should just stop talking about games all together and just
do a stock podcast.
do a stock podcast,
Mm,
stock cast, if you will.
hmm
So these are the gaming stocks for the fortnight as of today, October 5th at 2:21 p.m. Mountain Time.
Ooh, we're getting scientific now.
Sony is at $57.23. These are all in US dollars. Down 14 cents after a spike earlier in the week. I think it was Tuesday. I opened up my stock app and my 3 Sony stocks were worth like a bunch of money. I was really excited. And the next day they had gone back down to normal levels. So, Dat Dr. TFA is the one who named the GameStop segment. So sorry for the misattribution there. So yeah,
You're both green. You're both green. That's why.
It's not easy being green. I was really excited. I thought I was going to make a lot of money on my Sony stock, but they went back down to the normal amount.
Should have sold.
To the normal amount.
Microsoft is at $112.30, down nearly $2 since the last show.
This is bad.
Everything is going down. How are your pot stocks?
Oh, my pot stocks are doing so good, you guys.
Oh, great. They're really volatile, Vendor.
Oh
They're so
man,
volatile.
they're up like $4 or $5 this week.
Oh, I need to get into pot.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what? You know what? I can't come and visit you. I technically am not legally allowed to enter the US anymore because of my pot stocks.
I'm not gonna go with the joke. Just let's move on to more stocks.
So
Nintendo is trading at $45.14, down a whole dollar since our last show. Take-Two, $130.60, down $1.50 since
Jeez.
last time. Yeah, which is surprising to me because the Red Dead Redemption hype is real right now. It's at a frenzied peak. But still the stock is lowering. It's sinking slowly. Activision, $79.59, down 61 cents since our last show. Ubisoft is at $21.36, down about 30 cents since our last podcast. EA is at $113. It's down $2 whole since we last did a podcast. So that is your stock update for the week.
So everything has shit the bed,
Yes.
pretty much. Good
Hold,
week.
hold. Wait for it to
GameStop.
go up. Don't sell. Hold.
Goodness.
This is the Great Depression of game stocks.
Yeah,
great
we are in
game
recession,
depression.
you guys.
Somebody make a DLC. Somebody make a DLC.
Yeah, quick. Make another cardboard something.
I wonder if there's any
I've
relation.
made a refrigerator out of a box.
I wonder.
Jim, it's just a refrigerator box.
I wonder if there's any connection between the stocks going down and all of the layoffs in video games, because Telltale is not the only studio that's been hit with layoffs. So I wonder if that's at all related, or if sales are not doing as well as.
Well,
as
and the
people
U.S.
expect.
employment rate is
I don't know.
down almost 4%, which is an all-time low since like 1969.
Well, you have to also remember that you got to make sure that the laid off stats and the people who are getting unemployed in the game industry stats aren't based off contract employment for projects that are now completed and out. because that doesn't really count.
Right.
Right.
Which most of these companies are contract based.
Most of them are, yeah.
Interesting. Well, the stocks are down. So are our spirits. Vendertron, give me some good news.
Well, we want to welcome Tank Boom and Raptor Red Ender to the ARC server.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yes, we filled 2 slots this last fortnight. Welcome to the world of ARC. Hopefully you guys enjoy your stay. Stop by my mailbox for some goodies. And if anybody else out there in the PC world is interested in joining us on the ARC server, you can just send me a personal message on Twitter or Discord or whatever have you, and I'll make sure you get access to that.
Very good. Very good.
So while our lovely listeners are playing on the ARC server, Rick, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
A whole lot of Destiny. A
Mhm.
whole lot of Destiny.
You like Destiny?
love what?
Destiny?
You like
What?
Destiny?
Every time someone talks in front of Shalene, she like gets so quiet.
Someone. I'm the only other person here.
No, I've been playing a lot of Destiny, and it's amazing. And I've been trying to level up my tune, or at least his light level, to get better gear, because that's what is required. A lot of my Destiny playing is jurisdicted by... My wife really likes the bows. The bow and arrows that have been implemented in the game are really cool. They're a lot of fun. And there's this really awesome, rare, exotic bow that we have to be a certain level to go even attempt to get. And so we've been on a gung-ho mission to level up to that point so we can go get her bow. And that's what I've been doing, is just grinding away at my light level to get that up. Plus I need to too, because it's annoying, because I'm at this in-between stage right now where, Shalene, we're at in the game is every time you get a piece of gear, it's better than the current one that you have for the most part. And then you just kind of like wear it, even though you don't really want to use it.
Right,
You
right.
just have to keep doing that, because when you get a new piece of gear, it's based on your overall average in your inventory of if it's better or not. So it's kind of frustrating. And then once you hit the cap, and then you can kind of pick and choose what gear you want. So right now it's a steady climb to 600, the light level of 600. So it's been fun. I love hand cannons still. I got the Gambit hand cannon, for those of you who know what that is. Trust. It's so cool. It's black with an ivory handle when you have the ornament on it. But apart from that, I've also been working through Metro 2033. Now, I've beaten that game before. I just wanted to kind of refresh my memory to play Last Light, which I haven't gotten through Last Light completely. And I want to get through them because I also have sitting in my Steam library Metro Exodus that I'm waiting for that to come. So I want to kind of catch up on both of those games in order to prepare for Metro Exodus. That was not... It was
good. It was
close. So I've been playing through Metro 2033, and what I've realized is the combat sucks in that game. I don't know why. It's just bullets seem to just fly through enemies sometimes.
That's because you have to use the good bullets.
No, it's money.
I know, Rick, but you have to use the good bullets sometimes. You have to. I had to use the good bullets.
Well, what frustrates me is, like, do you remember the part where you have to carry the kid on your back?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I'll watch your back. You go forward, shoot things. I'll make sure no monsters come up behind you. Guess where all the monsters come from?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
And, like, I swear they spawn out of nowhere. Like, I was staring at the spawn holes, and all of a sudden, smack, right, next to me. And I'm like, I'm standing next to a wall. How did something hit me? So it's... At certain times that game can be very frustrating.
So it doesn't hold up as well as we remember it?
No, because this is the same problems I had for Metro last time I played it. Like, I'm standing next to a wall. How did it hit me? How did the wall hurt me? But it's not an easy game. It is really challenging. It's very, very, very tough.
Yeah.
And I never use the cheap bullets, although sometimes the game will glitch out and load the good bullets into my gun and I won't notice it. That happened to me before. And I was shooting with my AK and all of a sudden it's out of ammo. And I'm like, I had 400 rounds. How did I go through all of that? And I look down and the bullet has a gold glow around it. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
150 bullets, money, and it's all gone. I thought I thought they were dying quicker, but
Yeah, yeah.
that was all my good money, all of my good bullets. So yeah, Vendor, I don't know have you played Metro?
No, I have not. No, it looks really good. Like Metro Exodus. I'm like, yeah, I could get on board with that.
So typically in Metro, like there are two kinds of bullets. There are bullets that are manufactured after the Armageddon, and there are bullets that exist from before the Armageddon. And the bullets that exist from before, like machine made in a factory, so they're really good.
Yeah.
They're also used as currency, so you have a
Mhm.
choice. You can shoot them, or you can use that as money. So
Mhm.
that's the tough part.
Was
Otherwise,
it 2033 or Last Light that had the super OP throwing knives?
I don't remember using them in Last Light, so I'm pretty sure that's 2033, where you could just like get someone in the leg and they're like dead.
Yes, I remember hiding in the shadows, throwing the throwing knives at the guys, and it was great.
Except half the time they don't hit. I mean, I had my cursor on the guy's body, and I threw, and it was like anyway.
Goodness.
So I've been playing Metro 2033 and Destiny because they're fun. What about you, Vendor?
Well, guys, I've been pretty busy the last couple weeks. Had a cold, so sorry I missed the last show of that Fallout show. But you know, with the cold comes a lot of staying home from work, and so I played a lot of video games. I also went hiking. I played Hiking Simulator, and drove. I've got some family visiting and staying with me from Quebec. Quebecois.
Which, by the way, I've learned from you that that's the proper way you say it. It's not Quebec. It's
Yeah, it's not Quebec. There's no. We're not.
W.
We're not part duck.
Quebec. It's
Yeah,
not Quebec. It's
Quebec.
Quebec.
Quebec. Say it together now. Quebec.
Quebec.
Anyways, so they're visiting with us, and we decided to go down to the Rockies for a day trip. So we drove down to Jasper, which is in the national park in the Alberta Canadian Rockies, and we took the tramway up to the top of Whistler's Mountain. And when you get to the top, there's a huge area that you can actually go hiking on. And so my brother and I hiked the first summit, which is quite steep. When you get to the top, it's about 7,500 feet above sea level. And then we hiked the bowl, and it was snowing, or it had snowed. So it was full snow. I think some of you had saw my pictures I posted.
They were beautiful.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And the last time that I took the tramway to the top of Whistler's Mountain, I didn't actually get the chance to go past the liability point. There's a point of liability on the mountain for tourists that if you go past that point, you're not covered under health insurance.
Wow.
Well, if you're an Albertan, you're covered under health insurance. But if you guys are there, you're not covered. You're not covered.
Yeah.
So if you have to get airlifted, or something like that, yeah.
Anyway, you'd have to roll me down the mountain, and then
that would be
call
pretty
the
jagged.
ambulance.
So that was a really cool experience. I felt on top of the world. From the final peak that we reached, which took us 2.5 hours to get there, in the snow and the wind, we could see Mount Robson, which is actually the highest snow-capped mountain in Canada, which is really cool. So that was a cool experience. I've also been playing around a lot with the Arc Dev Kit, which is so cool. There is so much to learn. It's by no means a game, but to me, it kind of is a game. And so I just made an island, and I've been building and creating different biomes on this little island to try and learn the software a little bit better. It's incredibly complex. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I can actually make a working map that we can use in Arc, but who knows? Playing. What's that?
All the flying fish.
Yeah. No, actually, I was able to successfully get it so that when you walk into the water, You don't fall through the map. You actually swim, and you can hear the water, and your vision goes a little bit blurred. And
Nice.
so, yeah, physics volumes. I've also been playing a lot of Ark. Jess and I have been hatching rock drakes like nobody's business. And the hatching of the eggs is just, we have the settings just perfect. It's so perfect. So been playing a lot of Ark. It's been a lot of fun. I been really farting around with the Conquering the Seas mod, which is so great. I made a jet ski, and it's so fast. I can get from one end of the map to the other in about 1 minute.
I saw that. It's
It
just
is
like
so strange seeing a jet ski in Ark.
it is.
I now have also a inflatable speedboat, which is pretty rad. And I made a fishing boat, which you can set on a trolling mode that will actually collect resources from the ocean bed.
Does it just catch and release fish?
No, it catches like mackerel and halibut and salmon, and then it also gets like silica pearls and black pearls and some of the other rare items that are hard to find. So
It's just making a joke.
yeah, I know, but it's water off my back, Rick. And so yeah, it's good. We made a hatchery, and the hatchery is so cute. It's this nest, and in the middle of the nest there's a dodo. And what you do is you drop your eggs, and the dodo picks up the eggs and puts it in the nest. And so we named the dodo Brenda, and when she gets the egg, she like starts flapping her wings. And she just does that until the egg is like ready to be hatched. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. We power her on refertilizer. So, but Brenda, she's great. I traded her though. I gave her away to Hobbit. Hobbit's another guest on our server and avid listener. And what else? Sea of Thieves. Been playing lots of Sea of Thieves with you guys. That's been lots of fun. The new Cursed Sails. No.
Forsaken Shores.
Forsaken Shores. Those volcanoes, you guys.
Deadly.
They are just so cool. And the geysers, they like shoot you up in the air.
Yeah.
Now, I was never shot up in the air whilst carrying a chest, but do you drop the chest?
I don't
No.
think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the new edition. We got to get a rowboat though. I want to see what that's like.
We haven't had one
Oh.
yet. I want one so bad.
I forgot
Yeah.
to mention, me and Archon got a rowboat after you two left.
Oh.
How was it?
Hard as crap to maneuver.
Really?
It's weird. It's just yeah, you have to play it. It's strange. You have to use A and D to kind of row either or.
Okay. And so like,
Either or.
is it easier to just swim then, or?
In some respect, but a boat's definitely nice to have.
Mm-hmm. Archon's asking, "Are we playing tonight?"
Maybe. We'll get back to you. Our plans are not concrete yet. So.
So Sea of Thieves is pretty fun. I like the new additions. Great work to the dev team on that. I'm excited to play some more of it. PUBG. You guys, PUBG happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it happened. It was a thing.
Mm.
The new map is really cool. It's like Nam or something.
Yeah, it's like close to. It's like a jungle island.
Yeah, and it has like these like Asian cultural features, buildings and stuff like that. Really cool. Just as crazy as I remember it. And the new map has these little cars. I think they're like 1 or 2 seater, 3-wheel buggies. They look really cool. I never had a chance to drive them, but I saw one when we were
I think I saw those.
when we were playing. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, PUBG's all right. I don't know. Kind of giving it a second chance. Kind of. But I just read a thing how they like banned another 1.4 million players since July or something.
Dang.
Obviously, they haven't worked out those bugs yet. But what about you, Shalene? What have you been playing?
While you were talking about PUBG, I was also there for the PUBG shenanigans. So that was fun, guys. I was so glad that you guys played PUBG with me the other day. Like, it feels the same to me. It does. Like, PUBG never really got old for me. And I
That's
really
good.
liked the new map. The new map is great. Miramar is still awful.
Miramar is so
I
bad.
hate Miramar. I hate it so
Gosh.
much. I feel like PUBG's been out longer now. People have been playing it longer. I feel like we have less chance to actually achieve chicken now than we used to because people are kind of better at the game.
Yeah, and we're
Um,
still playing it just as bad.
Yes, and we still are terrible, just terrible. But we had a lot of fun playing, especially on the new map. I liked the new map. And there were some new weapons, I believe. Some new weapons as well on the new map.
I think so. There
Yeah,
were.
they were like modded. They were the same as what we're used to, but they were modded
Mm-hmm.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really fun. I had a great time playing PUBG with you guys. I've been working my way still through the Evil George Washington DLC for Assassin's Creed 3. And it's really fun. I'm in the second episode now, and they've added this magical eagle power, and it's basically Blink from Dishonored, right? You pick a point anywhere, and you just, like, eagle fly magically to the point. And you can, while you're in eagle mode, you can target an enemy and do like an eagle assassination. And it doesn't use a ton of your health bar, you know, because you power these magical powers with your health bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so much fun, just flying around the map with Blink, eagle assassinating all of your foes. It's really good. I really dig this DLC. I like it better than the main game. It's
Cool.
really good. Really
Did
good.
you see the Ubisoft 2007 to 2018 meme?
I did. That was really funny. Why don't you describe it for our listeners?
So there's a meme where it says Ubisoft 2007, and it has a picture of what's the character's name?
Altair was the first one, or is it a
I think
picture of
it's
Ezio?
Altair. And it says, "We've removed the crossbow to maintain true historical accuracy." And it's a picture of Altair's back with crossbow on it, and then the next picture is without it. And then it says Ubisoft 2018, and there's like a flaming mouth snake, a flaming horse with like a flaming sword with like a jackal mask. And then, what is that, a camel, and he's holding a Q-tip?
Yeah,
something?
there's
And then he's like riding a chocobo type thing. So
it
it's
is a
they've
chocobo.
really
It's
kinda-
straight up a chocobo. Yeah.
like, all right. So much for historical accuracy here.
I've heard that
Goodness.
Odyssey has got Pegasus, and you can fly around a Pegasus.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh my.
I played a little more Horizon. I have
Oh.
noticed a difficulty spike in Horizon now that I'm a little bit farther along. I'm still not
Is it?
super far, but it's much more difficult than it was. I'm still playing it on normal difficulty. I haven't dropped the difficulty. But I've had to be a little more clever in my approach to situations.
Yeah, it's a lot
Um,
tougher.
Yeah, I have to plan. I have to plan my encounters, and sometimes it takes some trial and error before I have it mastered. But I'm still enjoying it very much. I met the character who does the bandit hideouts, and he's my favorite. I've forgotten his name now because it's been
Yeah, I
about
know
a
who you're
week.
talking
Do you remember his name?
about. No,
I want
know
to
who
say
you're
it was
talking
like
about, though.
Nim or something. But he is my new favorite character in Horizon. I love him. He's so funny. He's wearing a fabulous hat to start with. You know, he's got this magnificent hat with these feathers. Nil. Thank you, Joseph. These red feathers just flowing back. It's a really, really good headpiece. And he just loves killing bandits. And as Aloy, you can talk to him and be like, hey, you know, you seem like kind of a shady guy. And he's like, are you a bandit? And I'm like, no. Well, then you have nothing to fear from me. And you can find out, you can ask him, like, why? Why do you love killing bandits so much? And he's like, well, you know, they frown on murder. They frown on murder in towns, but nobody cares if you kill bandits. He just loves killing people.
He's a mass murderer with ethics.
Yes, and you can ask him like, so why don't you hunt machines? You know, these robot dinosaurs. Why aren't you hunting these things? They're a challenge. He said, but you just don't get to enjoy the light in their eyes going out when you kill the machines.
Aloy should have been like, there's a literal light that goes out when you kill them.
Yeah.
The machine. Literal light.
So Nil is absolutely, hands down, my favorite character in Horizon so far. I love
Just
him.
because of his hat.
A little bit. It's a little bit because of his hat. It's also a little bit because of his somehow endearing love for murder.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is magnificent. Maybe I'll play that this weekend. It's really good. Sea of Thieves, Forsaken Shores, played that with you guys. It was fun. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot less piracy happening though in the world of Sea of Thieves. I feel like when we first began playing Sea of Thieves, every encounter was just super fraught. Anytime we would see another ship, we'd be like, "Oh gosh, how much treasure do we have? Can we make it back to the base, you know? And can we fight them? Can we win?" And now, whenever we see a ship, they're always like, "Hey, you want to be allies? We've got our ally flag up." And it's cool, you know, it's fun to be allies, and it's really neat to share the treasure. But at the same time, doesn't really feel like a pirate game, you know?
So I wonder what proportion of those who play Sea of Thieves are Canadian.
I know it's all Canadian in nature now. It's a fun game. It's a fun game to play with you guys. Maybe we'll play it later today. I don't know. But
Yeah,
it
like,
doesn't
see, like,
feel like
Archon-
piracy.
Archon says the alliances have really curbed the PvP, and I agree. And who's to say that, you know, you can't have alliances without the mechanic of having alliances,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yeah.
could still, you know, and like that's what being a pirate is all about, making alliances and then turning on your friend.
And I feel like I griped a lot about the PvP aspect of Sea of Thieves,
He did.
but
And they're like, where's it at?
now I'm not sure this is an improvement for the better. I don't know.
Hey, do you want to join my alliance? Shoot at me! Shoot me! I'm so tired of not being shot at.
Assassin's Creed. Go ahead. Are you done? You had more? Sorry.
Oh no.
I cut you off.
What I was going to say real quick is it's kind of like the true progression in real piracy, where it's like pirates were hunted down by other alliances of like privateers that joined like the British Navy, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone became allianced, and all of a sudden piracy exists no more.
Yeah.
Beware of snakes in the crow's nest.
Gosh,
Oh,
I have so many
gosh.
regrets. Don't even bring that up. I have so many regrets.
I'm still mad at you for that.
I know you guys were real mad at me. Like we
It was so annoying.
usually like you guys are like we don't fight, but like you guys were legit kind of mad at me over the snake situation. I played some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I streamed that here on the Twitch channel. And it was fun. I've missed doing those opening of the game streams. I used to do that a lot. I would stream my first 2 hours or so with a game. And I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm not sure that I'm going to stick with it right now. I might put that on the back burner.
Really?
Yeah, like it's too big. It's too big. And I'm playing Horizon, and I want to finish Horizon, and
We'll just add it to the stack.
exactly. I have only good things to say about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it's just so intimidating in terms of the time that this game is going to take. I liked the main character. I liked the world and the graphics, and the quests were fun. And you have an eagle, and if you stand still, the eagle lands on your arm and you can pet it. And that's fabulous. All of that is really good. But
So that happened, and you were like, "I'm done now."
I'm not sure I'm ready to put this much time into this game right now. I'm just, yeah. So I think I probably was stupid to pre-order this game. I should have waited until it was on sale in
You wouldn't
6
have gotten
months.
your metal book.
But I do like the metal books. I'm a sucker for those things. I really am. I'm a sucker. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I have only good things to say about it. Very good video game. But it's so big. It's so big. I'm not sure whether the world is going to feel too big, and too empty. But we'll see. I did have a really funny encounter. Like, it was, okay, so the game starts out, it gives you, for story reasons, it gives you this bounty on your head, and there are bounty hunters coming to get you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it shows the bounty hunter who's after you, and it says, hey, he's level 5, you're level 1. Maybe you should wait, level up, before you go find this guy and fight him. You need to avoid him and level up. And I'm like, okay, okay, we'll do that. But then I was doing some side quests, and I happened to be in his neck of the woods. And I was like, well, let's try this. This will be fun. You don't tell me what to do, video game tutorial. I'm a grown-up. I can fight him if I want. Oh, man, did I regret not waiting to level up. He killed me so hard. Oh, it was brutal. Just brutal. Like, his sword was, like, as big as my torso. He just, like, cut me in half. It was awful. It was so bad.
I just thought back to, hey, you get your damn hands off her. Boom. Like, ooh.
It was bad.
Biff.
It was bad. And then the final thing I wanted to talk a little bit about was my first experience with Dungeons and Dragons, which
What?
was really fun. Yeah.
Oh.
So Tim Twig, my friend Tim Twig, has a Discord, the House of Hooligans Discord. And in one of his Discord rooms, he started a D&D encounter against a Gorgon. And it was really fun. We would roll dice and fight the Gorgon. And I played as a bard with a keytar. And it was amazing. It was so much fun. I felt like that was the best use of Discord ever. And I really liked it. I would like to I would like to find a D&D game now. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun.
Maybe you could start that up in our own Discord.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, shout out to Tim. And
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's my gameplay. I'm sorry, that went kind of long.
No, that's all right. Speaking of Discord, we've had all kinds of activity, new people popping in. In the last fortnight, we want to welcome Shrivi, Gemma H, Basket Case Vegan, Hair Metal USA, and Dunder. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Discord. Feel free to make yourselves at home, and if you have any questions, guys, don't hesitate to ask our mods. You'll notice we've had some changes to the Discord server. We've put all of our game channels, including the ARC server, under a new category, The Stack. So if you want to have some game-specific related conversations, you could do that there. And we added more to Echo, which is our new bot. Well, not new, but our existing bot. You can now type in all different kinds of GIFs into the chat, and it will pull up any kind of GIF that you need for the conversation at hand. So, which has totally broken the general channel, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like filled with GIFs and cute pictures of cats and things.
They're gifts that keep on
I don't
giving.
see a problem with this.
Oh, that was the best.
It was
Choose your
good.
mom's choose GIF.
Anyways, yes. Captain Bone says channel emojis. We are still working on the emojis. That's coming to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Well, a fortnight ago, we issued a Gamestack challenge. Rick, why don't you tell us about the last Gamestack challenge?
So the last challenge was all about the most hated enemy or boss that you guys chose of all time. And let's see, do we have them ready? Queued up?
We do. Shall we?
Let's check them out. There
Okay.
they are.
This first one was from Trevor Sell.
What is that?
Never have I hated a boss more than Dark Eater Midir and his near 16,000 HP. As someone who's completed every Dark Souls game, Midir is the bane of my existence. Looks like a
Looks like
dragon.
a Dark Souls character. It looks
Yeah.
like an undead dragon of sorts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, this one was me.
I like how that surprises you. What is that?
That is Puppet Zelda from Twilight Princess. And I have never hated a boss fight this much, not because of difficulty or any reason like that, but because I just felt so bad about shooting Princess Zelda with arrows, you know? I invested so much time in Twilight Princess. Like, it was a game that, like, I had a few year hiatus from gaming, and Twilight Princess is the game that brought me back, you know? And I was playing this game like 10 hours a day on weekends and just like all the time. I collected everything. It was amazing. And I was going to save the princess, and then I had to shoot the princess with arrows, and I hated it. And that's that.
Okay.
Can you guys read this? Does one of you want
Yeah.
to? Okay.
Sitsa Rose. Excuse me, sorry. Sitsa Rose. I settled on my most hated enemy not because he killed Cade Six, but because I loved his sister, the Queen, so much. She was never in the game enough, and with her gone, we just get stuck realizing that Uldren Sov is just another entitled rich boy. I hated him because he killed Cade Six.
So who's this cool lady? Is this the sister?
That's his sister, the Queen. But I'm pretty sure that Cade Six killed her.
Oh, but she's cool. I
She's
like
also-
her.
It was also it was something to do with Destiny 1. I don't quite know
Mm.
about it, but the joke was that when Uldren Sov got Cade Six's pistol and he was about to shoot Cade Six, he goes, "Any last words?" And Cade Six goes, "How's your sister?" Because she's dead.
Oh.
And he just looks off screen. The Uldren Sov just kind of like rolls his eyes and shoots him in the chest.
I like that kind of cheek though. That's good.
Oh man, so for those of you not familiar with Destiny, anyway, Dylan Osborne, Speed Man, on Twitter. This is his. It's X Death from Final Fantasy V. Was annoying. I never played Final Fantasy V.
Looks like a Final
I think it's
Fantasy game.
Spidey Man.
Spidey Man. Well, whatever. Either way, Dylan Osborne. Never played Final Fantasy V, but I know some of the bosses were annoying. The weapons in Final Fantasy VII were tough. Oh,
Oh, Archin.
with the tank.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those suck. And from Left 4 Dead.
Right.
That was the tank. Oh, I hated those things.
He says this guy can single-handedly ruin your zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah. We should play
Four of
Left
you.
4 Dead someday.
Oh, have you ever played it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not with you guys.
That's true. That is a multiplayer. Oh, I would be so screwed.
It would
I've
be
played
great.
it briefly.
It would be great.
It's fun with more people than just yourself. Well, there we go.
Yeah, I actually played Left 4 Dead with my mom, which was an experience. Let me tell you what.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that was it was fun, but it was like the trash fire kind of fun, you know. It was. I'm just gonna move the fire over so it's not so hot on Vendertron.
The
Yeah,
fire's just moving.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's this way.
You're going the wrong way. Oh, you blew it out. Good. If I had to pick my worst boss, it would have to be either Ruby or Emerald Weapon from Final Fantasy VII. I never could beat them.
Mm-hmm.
How about the bosses in Cuphead, guys?
I never
Oh
played
man, Cuphead.
I wanted to play
Cuphead
it,
is
I never
so
played it.
hard.
Oh man.
Really fun, but it's so hard. So the train is here. Speaking of, you know what? Probably the hardest boss that I ever had to fight was probably the final train in Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. The final train was like, oh man, it was so hard. It took me like 2 years to beat that. So hard.
What was the hardest boss I ever fought? I can't remember. I can't think of any.
Yeah, for me, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I have to think hard on that.
I guess you guys are too
Yeah.
good at games.
I mean, I remember some of Hellblade being challenging towards the end. and it feeling satisfying to win, but nothing that was quite annoying.
Like Super Mario N64 comes to mind. There's some pretty tough bosses in that game.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So, guys, that was last fortnight's challenge, but we have a new one. We have a new one for next
We
fortnight.
do?
We do.
Yes. I don't know. Do you guys want to go with this one? Or did you wanna-
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Share your favorite video game soundtrack song. I thought we could play like a 10-second clip of each one.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I already know what mine is.
So just send us.
This is going to be so hard.
I guess
It is
send
gonna
us a
be hard.
YouTube link of your
Yeah.
favorite video game soundtrack song. And then
Yeah.
we can sample that in the next podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
and how Vendortron, how do they send those challenge entries?
All you got to do, guys, is go to Twitter. TWITTER, twitter.com. Search for @WeJustLoveGames and tweet @WeJustLoveGames with the hashtag Gamestack Challenge. And all you got to do is copy and paste the YouTube link of the soundtrack that you want us to listen to, and we'll take a little snippet from it. And I don't know, maybe leave a little message of why you think that's your favorite.
And definitely get those in by Thursday because we're gonna have to do a bit of editing. So
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that I'm gonna have to do some editing as they come in, so that we stay ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a tough one. That'll be a challenge. That will be a challenge.
okay, so thank you guys.
Yep.
Now it's our 1-year anniversary of Gamestack. Can you believe we just love games? Can you believe? Rick, you're fired. You're off the podcast.
Somebody take that thing away from him.
You can't get it. Can you believe that we're still doing podcasts with this guy after a year?
I can't.
I mean,
I know, right?
really.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
And
we love you,
Oh
Rick.
man,
We love you.
I just
Thank you, sir.
that was funny. That was pretty funny. But we wanted to do a little segment, sort of a year in review of Gamestack podcast. Vendortron, do you want to start that
Yeah, we
off?
have no idea, by the way. Me and Shillian have no idea what Vendortron has picked for our year in review. So
Yeah,
here
you know,
we-
and we kind of forgot that it was our anniversary.
Anniversary was actually in September.
We didn't realize until Tuesday of this week that it was actually our anniversary.
You are spoiling the Hollywood magic.
No, the magic is gone,
I
Rick.
don't know.
And
It's
And
fine.
so I-
we'll edit
How
this
they
out.
know.
It's
I
fine.
had planned to do a video compilation, but you know, time restrictions and things. So I'm just going to talk about some of the craziness that went on this year. The journey through 2017/2018. Episode 1, we started with A New Hope, which I realized was kind of a play on Star Wars.
Just now.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a jokey year in
It
the
was
making.
the
By the
long
way, I feel like I
con.
need to be playing this magic moment as a music bed.
Yeah. In episode 1, we talked about why we just love games. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I
We
do.
we had answered questions like, what was the last game you bought?
I don't remember
Um,
what any of those answers were now.
How do you feel about violence in games?
Four.
What is the next game you plan to buy? Which I think for us would have been probably, I don't know,
Who knows?
Sea of Thieves,
Back
PUBG
then.
maybe. How important are video games to you? How do you feel about downloadable content for games?
Wow.
Wait, we were having a conversation about
Where
that.
do we come up with these questions?
I don't know.
Do you care about stories in games?
And people are
And-
still listening?
After the first episode, they should have just turned it off.
That's
And
funny.
the last question was, what games would you like to see more of in the future?
Ooh.
Yeah, and so and then there was some notes that I found in the show notes. It says, this show is humming and we're rolling in the follows. And then someone else said, okay, what the hell does that mean? and then somebody said humming, and then it says it means we are really doing it, Harry.
What?
Oh man,
still don't
sometimes
understand
we
that.
write each other little messages in the show notes while the show is happening.
Mhm.
And that is like half gibberish now. Going
Yeah.
back
Who
to
wrote
it.
Yeah. So then that takes us to episode 2, 2 weeks later. PUBG spiced latte, where we go on at some length about the PUBG versus Fortnite lawsuit in
yeah.
the game design to drop out of a plane into
Yeah.
a. Mhm.
Isn't it funny how that doesn't matter at all anymore?
Yeah.
It's
No one cares.
totally like, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. And then in episode 3, we were without Rick. It was Rickless and Reckless Part 1. And Shalene and I talked about our top 5 video game related eggs.
Oh, I remember that.
Eggs?
Eggs?
Yes.
What?
Not Easter eggs, but just eggs.
Just
Just
eggs. Just eggs.
Can I tell you what my top number 1 egg in a game is? Can I tell you right now? Have you guys ever played Banjo-Kazooie for the N64?
No.
So you're a bear with a bird in your backpack. Kazooie. You're Banjo, the bear, and the bird is Kazooie. And you get and collect eggs, which you can shoot out of your mouth. You can crouch and then hit a
Wow.
button, and the bird goes
Like
and shoots
Yoshi
the egg out of-
eggs?
It shoots the egg out of her mouth. And then if you hit the bottom, like you're crouched and you hit the down C button, she goes and poops an egg out and it bounces. So like, if there's like a hole that you have to put eggs in, you have to go to the hole and bend over and go,
Oh, no.
and they bounce out and go into the hole. It's just utterly ridiculous.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad a year later you were able to contribute to the show
Your
finally.
favorite egg?
That's number 2. The number 1 egg is there were eggs you could collect in Banjo-Tooie, technically. There were eggs you collect that did absolutely nothing.
Ha ha.
And they didn't explain a thing as why they were there. They were just there. You could collect them, and
Interesting.
It was stuff that they never got around to developing. They were just still kind of there.
That is so funny. What were our top eggs, Fender? What were your and my top eggs?
I don't.
Are they not in the
I don't know. I'm
Nice.
curious now. I gotta
I'm gonna
hold
guess
on.
that mine was like a death claw egg, or something.
Uno momento,
like that.
por favor. I'm just gonna go back into the archives here and search that.
Yoshi
That was-
eggs were probably on my list.
That was a weird segment.
That was a
I-
Shalene segment right there.
I enjoyed it though. It was so good.
Oh,
That was
man.
episode 3, was it? Episode 3?
Yes.
Yeah. So we had Tamagotchi.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Yoshi. Breath of the Wild.
Mm.
Easter eggs. I'm assuming all of them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think so.
Egg things in Stranger Things. Oh, Easter eggs was in reference to Ark.
Oh.
Because there was an Easter egg event. Egg things in Stranger Things and Deathclaw eggs.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Those are good eggs.
anyways, back to the notes. Moving on to episode 4, we've got Boots on the Ground, where we hosted Jess and we heard all about her adventures at TwitchCon, which
That
was
was a
really
fun
exciting.
show.
TwitchCon 2017. Yes, that was the first time Jess was on the show as a guest. And Shalene was salivating at the mouth at the thought of Animal Crossing being announced on mobile. So that was exciting.
I'm still playing Pocket Camp, by the way.
Then we took it a step further and we did episode 4.5, the charity stream for ASA podcasting and cystic fibrosis.
Oh yeah.
That's right. It's
so
probably
that was-
about time for that to come up again.
Yeah, that was a
so
fun
if
time.
any of you ASA podcasting friends are out there, we're
Mm-hmm.
totally down to help with future streams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good.
Then it takes us to our most popular episode ever, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, where we open eating fried chicken. Rick does the show naked, and we talk about net neutrality.
That is, I love that that's still our most downloaded show. It's the Naked Rick episode.
Yeah,
And
that was
can
pretty
you
great.
remind us, Rick, why you had to do the show naked?
So, we're me, Vendor, and who else was it 4 Mile?
I
Or
think it
Chili
was
Moon?
Steam.
Steamer. They were all dead. We were all dead. The only one alive was Shalene, and she had a crossbow, and she is a horrible shot, but she's alive. And so,
Oh, it was Joseph.
oh, that's right. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, it was Joseph.
It's been a year. So she's crawling into like the last zone. There's like 2 people left, and this wasn't even 2 people left. There was like 6 people left, and I'm like, I swear, if you win this, I'm doing the next show naked because there's no way you're gonna win with a crossbow when you can't hit the broadside of a sky anyway. Except for if it's me on her team, she's a sharpshooter.
Shut up.
I don't know
It
why.
was one time. It was one time.
It was not
Well-
just one time.
Yeah.
Anyway, she ends up winning, not even killing a single person because one guy shot the guy in the circle as the circle closed in and killed him, and Shalene's just left looking like a deer in the headlights, like "Hohuda hada wada,"
Holding
and
a plate of chicken.
we got a chicken dinner, and I was like, "You've got to be joking me."
That was my first and only chicken dinner.
It was my first and only chicken dinner, and it made me naked. So,
It's a good show.
it
Then
actually
that-
was
that-
a great show. The bit, just everything opened up. We're just shoveling chicken.
Oh, that was so good.
Everyone's like, "Chicken." Wait, why is Rick naked?
Wait, huh?
Does he not have a shirt? Somebody make him put on a shirt.
And he did. He stuck with the bit. He did the whole show with no shirt.
I
Yeah.
realized that we are really good about sticking with bits, even though, like, an hour into it, we're like, this really sucks.
Which takes us to episode 6, Rickless and Reckless Part 2, which Rick is not on the show because we fired him. Because you can't do the show naked. But no, I'm just kidding. And we had talked at some length about the hype around Sea of Thieves coming.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a Silly Hats challenge, which I thought I would mention because hats, which was probably one of our more coveted Gamestack challenges.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Anything with hats.
And then we move into the holiday season with episode 7, Holly Jolly Podcast, where Vendor sends loot crates to Rick and Shalene.
That's
And we do massive giveaways.
Did we?
Yeah, we gave away all kinds of games and stuff.
Mm.
And that was great. Remember the pan, guys? Do you remember your
Yes,
pan?
I have my little pan. It's on his shelf. You can't see it, but it's on his shelf right back there.
Oh, that was good. I'm starting to compile.
Oh, Rick has his in his hand. Oh, the tiny pan.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there it
that's
is.
what you were doing
Yeah, that's what it sounds like when Shalene shoots me.
in the pan? It was in the pan. It hit you in the pan.
And then we start a new year off with episode 8, the 2017 Stack Awards, where we talked about our best narrative, art, music, audio, acting, shooter, open world, puzzle, tie-in, game of the year, and most anticipated games of 2018. That was a fun episode.
That was another one where we stuck with a bit long
That's what I was
past the
gonna say,
point that it
again.
was funny.
And
Yeah.
like halfway through, like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But we stuck with it.
Moving into episode 9, we have Diamond City Radio, where we got our PUBG shirts from Shalene,
Oh, yeah.
and we did a comprehensive review of Sea of Thieves because at this point it was out, and we loved it. We still love it.
That was a flip for me because I remember I wasn't excited for it. And I was like, I don't think it's going to be good for me because I don't like cartoony stuff. And I was like, this game is amazing.
Yeah. If it's one thing we're good at is putting our foot in our mouths, and then
Oh.
you know.
Hypocrites unite. Here.
Episode 10, Xbox, Sony Ponies, and the PC Master Race, where we bring the introduction of the salty segment, moving into episode 11, A Red Letter Day, where we have the eradication of the salty segment. Mhm. Recovering in episode 12, we had no title. The internet breaks, all Oculus Rifts stop working, and PUBG starts running into issues.
It starts.
Yeah. Then we move into episode 13, where you're a professional pirate, and we have one of our most coveted challenges, the Gamestack Haiku.
I love it when we do the haiku challenge.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. And if you haven't picked up on the theme, we have another episode, episode 14, The Pirates of Sea of Thieves. This is when we were on our pirate kick, guys.
Yeah. We moved on from PUBG.
Wasn't that
We're
the
down
one
to-
when Rick said the Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, I think so, probably. You have tremendous memory. You probably should have compiled this list. Ocarina of Time.
Wait, what was the title of that one?
The Pirates of the Sea of Thieves.
The Pirates of the Sea of Thieves, the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
That's that one.
we were pretty forlorn over that episode because GTA decided that they were going to start removing the licenses for the music in their games.
Right.
Moving on to episode 15, Go West, Young Man, where we show the Red Dead trailer. Oh.
That's right.
And Nintendo gets a new president. So that happened. Why is nobody saying anything?
I don't know.
I was
'cause
waiting for you to say the next thing.
I don't think we really care about Nintendo's president.
Sorry.
This is just episode 16, E3 predictions. Now we're getting into
Ooh.
E3.
The nitty-gritty.
And we find out that No Man's Sky gets multiplayer.
Yeah, we were excited about that. We played it
Yeah.
for all but a week.
And
I
we got a
still
pretty
never
rad
played
email
it.
from Captain Bones.
Well,
So
that's
that was
good.
exciting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In episode 17, please stand by. We first talk about Fallout 76.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
The
Which brings
memories.
us to episode 18, E3 Eve. Talk about all the leaks. E3 happens, which we live streamed. And we did an E3 wrap up with episode 19, where we basically just talked about Fallout 76.
And
We launched GameStock for the first time.
and
Shalene gives a slideshow of her journey to Los Angeles.
and
And
We announced that Fallout show.
oh, right. Sorry, it wasn't in the show notes.
yeah, that was when we announced our second sister show.
Yes, which you can find next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 Eastern. Moving into episode 20, Friends That Game Together Stay Together. And it was probably one of our most uneventful shows ever. I have nothing to say about that episode. Which brings us to one of our more interesting episodes, episode 21, Backlog to the Future.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
it's fun.
where Hellblade comes out in VR, and we talked about our backlogs, which was
Hellblade.
pretty entertaining.
What a freaking letdown.
Oh man. And we welcome Weary Traveler with episode 22, where we announced the Carrie's Fun Twitter flash mob. And following that, not too far off, we did the Carrie's Fun charity live stream, a 12-hour marathon where we raised just over $2,100 US, which is pretty amazing. So that was a great experience and really, truly, heartwarming to see all the support from our community.
That was the best thing we've ever done.
Mm-hmm. And episode 23, getting to the end here, Rickless and Reckless Part 3. We talked about how Twitch Prime goes lame, and we started to bring Discord updates into the conversation in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And episode 24, Clementine will remember that. Telltale goes under, Vendor has a cold, and Rick does a great string of cow puns.
That really moved me.
Oh, gee.
Oh no, not again.
Remember that time we did all the pan puns?
Yeah, the
That
pan
was
puns
so
were
good.
good. So that brings us to right here, you guys, episode 25, 1 year, and we couldn't have done it without all of the amazing people that listen to the show regularly, support the show, are here live, listen to it after, tweet us, 5-star review shout outs. The support has been absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, it was really a scary thing starting up We Just Love Games. It was
Really?
Yeah, it totally was. It was exciting, but it was also a little scary, and it's been an amazing journey. And here's to year 2.
Yeah. Cheers.
One thing looking back, I've realized a couple things about our little show here. The best thing about our show is obviously the show titles.
No. The best thing about our show is the listeners.
Okay, second best thing. And all of the good segments were listener suggested.
The best thing about our show is you idiots. Love
Hey.
you guys.
Oh, we love you too, Shalene. One day we're gonna get Shalene's mom as a guest. One day.
I don't think she would ever do it. I don't think
You should
she
get
would.
you should get her to like play a new game and then
Mhm.
like talk about it with us.
That would be amazing.
It'd be so good. Oh, yeah.
So, thanks guys for sticking with us for a year, and we hope to be here for years to come.
Mhm. I also want to thank my partner Carlo for all of his amazing support in the time that I've taken to make the show and contribute to the show. So thank you.
It takes a lot of people to do a podcast. It's kind of funny.
Mhm.
You know, people think like, oh, you just grab some recording equipment and record. It's like, no, it's more than that.
It's totally more than that.
And our
I
mods
think that
have been invaluable.
Oh
invaluable.
yes, our mods are oh my gosh, Joseph Tao for compiling the news, Archin for just being so Archiny. I mean,
Moderating.
Archon is an encyclopedia, man.
he
knows
is a
everything.
scribe, resident scribe, and Jess just like working in the background like a ninja, making things happen, making
Mhm.
sure that we, putting all the fires out.
Yep.
Yeah.
She literally is the podcast fire engine. Oh yeah, it's been really awesome having everybody in the chat and all the
What?
mods.
Why is the fire up?
Because we were talking about Jess being the fire engine.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it out. I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know. What do you guys think? What are our thoughts for the year coming?
I can't even imagine what's going to happen in the next year. When we
Yeah.
started this up a year ago, I certainly never imagined that we would be doing a Fallout show again. And here we are, episode 8 in the bag of our Fallout show. So,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I think it's awesome. Our
I do
numbers keep
too.
growing and
yeah.
people keep coming back. Our chat's always active.
It's been amazing, and it's really cool. Not ever like that we're doing this independently. We don't answer to anyone, and
Mhm.
I.
Well, I
think
mean,
that's
Rick and
a
I
really
answer to
amazing
you,
thing.
Shalene, really.
It's true.
You
Yes, we do.
guys, stop that! You talk like that. You talk about and the people probably think I'm mean to you.
Some sort of tyrant.
Well, you do shoot me a lot.
It's an accident. I thought it was helping you. I thought somebody was sneaking up on you, and I shot at them, and then it was you. And I'm sorry. I apologized.
If I shoot at you, people will think that you're not on my team
Yeah.
and leave you alone.
Honestly, though, when we get listener emails and comments and people talking in the Discord, to know that we are part of your life, and that you listen to us at work or in the car, or you just got to get that dose of Gamestack or that Fallout show. It is just so heartwarming to know that we make your day a little bit brighter, and that's really what we set out to do when we created We Just Love Games.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole idea. We're not in it to become this grandiose podcast. We've got our little corner over here in the internet, and it's a well-oiled machine, I think.
Yeah. We have a good.
Well,
The oil burns well. That's.
that's where I was going.
It's a machine, to say the least. I just think it's great when we're in people's lives enough where they feel like they want to interact with us.
Hmm.
Like, tweet at us, talk with us, join our Discord, email us.
It's empowering. I know what that's like, being a listener of Fallout Off the Record and sending you guys loot crates. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to want to be part of the conversation. And we welcome that.
And yet here
Always.
you are.
Hmm. I know, right? God,
Yeah.
what happened?
I
Jeez.
don't know. Yeah, how'd we ever let you on? No.
I know, right? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can expect more shows from us. We're not going anywhere.
Nope.
I know all of our emails always start out with like, "Hey, you know, I was so sad when this show got canceled, and then so sad when
Don't
this
break
show
my
got
heart again."
canceled.
So
Please
sad to hear
don't
you're coming
cancel
back."
any more shows. We're gonna try real hard. I just like, it's so hard to start a new podcast. I don't know why I say it like that.
And a
You're
podcast.
from Boston now?
It's so hard starting up a new podcast. I never want to do it again. I just want to continue the podcasts we have and never have to start over ever again because it was hard. And thank you guys for sticking with us. This has been kind of long, but we love you and thank you. And yeah, here's to year 2. So speaking of listeners, guys, should we read some listener emails?
Yeah.
Rick, do you want to take this first one?
I do. Hey, Rick, Shalene, and Vendor. Longtime listener all the way back to the old show that we do not speak of. I'm on the Discord sometimes, but unfortunately don't make the live shows. I remember you all said that you weren't interested in Kingdom Hearts at all. Is there any particular reason for that? I remember I was obsessed with it when I was a kid, but I must admit that I'm not as excited for KH3 as I was all those years ago. I'm not sure if it's due to the time lapse between the second game and this one, or if it's anger at Disney due to The Last Jedi, but that's a rant for another time. But I just am not as excited about KH3. Well, anyway, I just wanted to write in. Thanks for everything you do. Matt K. I don't know. I'm not a Disney fan. So I think that's what it is. I just don't.
Well, Shalene, you've played some Kingdom Hearts, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I have zero interest in Kingdom Hearts. I like Disney. I like Disney movies. But I'm not like super into anime stuff, really. Like, and this just, it looks ridiculous to me. It looks ridiculous. This kid's wearing like these big ol' like Mickey Mouse shoes, like big ol' goofy shoes. And he's got this big dumb sword and they've all got dumb hair. And like there's Captain Jack Sparrow hanging out with Goofy. And like, I just like, it's, why?
And there's something about like, if the fate of the world rests on someone going like, you know, like, you've got to find Pluto to save the world, haha. It's like, I don't feel the story there.
I don't know if it's like, if I was too old when I first heard of this game. I don't know if maybe I'd heard of this when I was younger, if I would have been more into it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. Never did it for me.
I played the first one for a little bit and it was okay, but I didn't care. So unfortunately, no, none of us are into Kingdom Hearts. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mashup of the different worlds just seems a little weird to me. I don't know.
Well, if you're a Jedi fan, if you're a Disney fan, I would imagine that's amazing because you're like, you know, all of everyone together. So
the people that seem to love the game seem very passionate about it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you
Not
do you,
for
Matt.
us.
Like that's, yeah.
So what else have we got on the docket, Shalene?
Why don't you read this next email, Vendor?
Hello, Rick, Shalene, Vendertron. Well, I was thinking about a project. I put together this header video for Days of Our Life is Strange. And feel free to use it or ignore it. Thanks for the great podcast and streams. I look forward to watching my stories again once Vendertron's antivirus is up and running. And that comes to us from Satire.
Okay.
And so we have something. Is this?
We do. I thought we could debut it here on the podcast in anticipation of Sunday's Days of Our Life is Strange stream.
Ooh. I'm
Okay,
excited.
ready?
Let's
Ready?
see
It's a
it.
good one.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Sands through the hourglass.
Had some technical issues. The Enclave broke in. It was the fire. Captain Bones is right. It was the fire. It may have been this confetti that just was too much for the stream to handle. I don't know. So guys, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we end this nonsense?
Yes. Since we came back to say that we're going, I wanted to say hello. I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad to came, but just the same, I must be going. Ta-da.
Don't forget to catch us on that Fallout show, you guys, next Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Shalene and I bringing you a new episode, fresh, crispy new episode of Days of Our Life is Strange on Sunday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 3 p.m.
Right.
Eastern Standard Time. Right here on We Just Love Games on the Twitch channel. And we will be bringing you Life is Strange 2, which is very exciting. We put it off last Sunday because I had a cold. But now that the antivirus is up and running again, I'm ready to go. Are you excited, Shalene?
I am excited. We're going to do this. I've been waiting for Life is Strange 2. I'm really excited to check it out. So, and if you can't be there for the live stream, we will post that to the YouTube later. So all of our streams we post on our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/WeJustLoveGames. So you can find them there at your leisure. So, yeah, anything else, guys?
I got a final word.
Okay, well, let's get through the email first. Email us
I thought we
at info@wejustlovegames.com.
Well, you said anything else.
Info@wejustlovegames.com. Find us on Twitter at WeJustLoveGames. I'm Shalene L. He's Rick McVick. That other guy's Vendertron N. Facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames. Facebook.com/groups/WeJustLoveGames. We have a Discord. There's a link to it on our Twitch page. And also, just send us a message. We'll get you a Discord link. And yeah, thanks for listening. Rick, what is that last word?
I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through, but I'm telling you, I must be going.